That's why I miss you.
So welcome, and I'm glad some people have brought their hats. We have a couple of witches, we have a couple of master gardeners, and we have a butterfly.
And a plant lady.
We love that,
Plant
yes.
lady, master gardener.
Oh, yes, the socks.
Oh.
Oh, Fran, you came prepared.
Well, I can thank Carla for them.
Oh. And so we're gonna just lightly introduce ourselves because we have some new faces.
We have some prospective
Okay.
trainees inside
So-
here. We love that for us. Yay.
My
Thank you all for
name
coming.
is Karen Batlin, and I'm the president, and I'm your weird one who sends you all those wonderful emails.
Thank you.
I'm Jane Reed.
And she sends the other wonderful.
I send the other
emails.
emails.
Ooh.
I'm Rosa
Thanks,
Medina, and I'm a seedling. Yes,
Seedling,
yes,
I like that.
yes. They call it like that in Virginia. I just
Yes.
moved from Virginia for a month ago. And I was in the Master Gardener program there, the Chesterfield County since 2016. So we used to call the new ones seedlings.
Oh, I like that.
So
Seedling.
now I'm a seedling. That's why your application is called a sprouting kit.
Yeah.
I'm Nancy Richards.
One moment, please,
Oh, I'm
Nancy. Rosa and Jane, please tell everybody else what other activities you all are up to currently. They're co-running my mentoring programs.
Yes.
So we'll be
Yes.
mentoring the incoming class and we need mentors. So
Yes.
please let us know
Yes.
if you would be interested. And how amazing is it that Rosa is taking the class and co-chairing the mentoring program at the same time.
Right,
And
right, very
she's-
important.
She's an awesome person, great ideas, amazing. You might have seen my email. She was out there at GAIAC the other day. She sent me a video of what she did. I couldn't believe how much she cleaned out. So, yeah,
Had a bake some soil there.
Yes.
For 2 hours by myself.
she was great. She's great.
So I love
She's
that.
gonna
I'm
be a
sorry.
phenomenal addition.
Nikki and I did 2 hours Saturday.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, we had a ball. It was nice. All right, go ahead, Nancy. Thank you for pausing.
That's okay. I'm Nancy Richards. I'm supposed to be the president and vice, but Karen doesn't call on me too often. Anyway, and I've been a master gardener since, let's see.
2016,
2016.
one of my initials, yes.
One of her maiden flights. Almost 10 years.
Yes.
And
Wow.
I'm here.
And
Doesn't matter.
we're happy to
You know why we're
Yes.
here, right? Because we're not all
There.
There you go.
Nancy Griffiths, and Master Gardener for 1 year, I guess.
Yay.
Jack Hish, I'm in the middle of Three Musketeers, class of 2024.
Yes, we love that. Thank you, Jack. Good to see you.
And I'm Julie Eisdorfer, part of their class.
You are so pretty in pink. Yes. The boa is the thing, babe.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
You're missing your necklace.
Oh,
The rhinestone. Yeah, the
Oh,
rhinestone.
no, I didn't wear that.
Karen Glass, it's my second year, and I was a master gardener in Virginia as well, and moved down here,
Where in Virginia?
Hampton.
Oh, okay. That's like about 2 hours from Chesterfield, but
Yeah.
Virginia.
Jackie Sparks, a prospective gardener for this
Seedlings.
next year.
Yay.
Welcome, Jackie.
Welcome.
Hi, Jackie. It's good to see you.
Bill Reynolds, it's my 5th year as a master gardener here.
Wow.
And your current project is?
I'm a mentor for Catherine.
Yes. And what else are you doing?
Oh, do a little bit of everything.
Yes, and you're helping me keep the pots alive at the IG Center.
Took that over since Janice.
Thank you. Yes.
Want me to go over?
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
I'm Cheryl McDowell. I'm also a seedling. Seedling to be. And I have not been a master gardener before. I have been dedicating my time to turtles. So I
I
do a lot.
love turtles. Yes.
I also volunteer with Coastal Connections and have been with them for about 3.5 years.
Wonderful.
Great. Welcome, Cheryl.
Thank you.
Julie Young, just
do what I can.
Which is everything.
Which is
Yes,
everything.
yes. Giving me great advice and support. Thank you.
Fran Robinson, I'm a plant mom,
Yes,
not the socks.
yes.
And I've been a master gardener here since 2014.
Yes. And if you want to know a little bit more about native plants, you call Fran.
That's right.
I
Fran is
like
our expert.
harassing her about native plants. That's really awesome.
Do we have any on Zoom? Do you know?
I think I do have somebody on Zoom. Don't let me lie to you.
I want to welcome them.
So Nikki, you've been a master gardener for,
I've been the Master Gardener Coordinator for 9 years, going on 10 years now. I got here in 2016, January 11th to be exact.
Coming up on 10 years.
Yes. And it has been the pleasure of my life. Okay, so that's Gwen on there. I don't think she has
She doesn't have the photo.
she doesn't have a,
Camera.
Yeah, but she
A
can hear us.
camera
Hi,
and,
Gwen,
yeah.
right? She can
Gwen,
hear
yeah.
us.
Gwen is part of my inaugural class as well.
Oh, I've been a master gardener since, I don't know, 2006 or something like that.
Mhm.
Okay,
So I started, yeah, I did, yeah. I started in 2016. I've been the coordinator. I seconded someone during their training early in the spring and mustered up some guts to do my own training. And we started in July and my first class finished in October.
Yay.
So it's literally 9 years since they've been
yeah.
Master Gardener volunteers, and next year will be their 10th year.
Okay, so on the agenda, I'm doing the first part, Nikki's doing the rest. Saturday, we had an Ag Ventures Fest out at the pavilion at the fairgrounds. And Julie Young and me and Susan Gordon were there. And we had the fruits and vegetables section, which was really nice. The kids would come up and we would have them take pictures, laminated pictures. Okay, show them carrots. Is this, do you eat the roots? Do you eat the leaves? Do you eat the stems? Do you eat the flowers? You know, and then, you know, what is this? It's a watermelon, you know, we'd show them the pictures of and then they'd put them in the bucket, whether it's a fruit or whether it's the flowers they eat, you know, so. Sunflower seeds, I would ask them if they ate sunflower seeds, did a sunflower grow out of their mouth or ears? And the kids would look at you and they'd go, no. I go, oh, it doesn't? They would giggle. They were mostly, I would say, 4 to 8. Wouldn't you say that was about the age group? that
Yeah,
we-
I think I did mention on my way out, you might mention also that I think that next time they do it, they need to lower their age group that they're after, because the 3 and 4-year-olds were the most interested. The 12-year-old could care less.
Yeah, the 12-year-old people. One 12-year-old we had, he was like bored, yawn.
So please write that down on your thing to send an
but-
email to
But they
Andrea
had
about the age group.
Touch a
I did
Tractor.
mention it.
The sheriff's department had an airboat there. They had pigs, chickens,
The petting zoo.
goats, a petting zoo. I figured parents would never get the kids away from the petting zoo. But they did, the parents moved the kids to the different stations. There was one on beef, there was one on milk, and that was kind of interesting because they've all got push pops. Well, what we gave them was they could have a tomato or a cucumber or a zucchini or a squash or a pepper. So if they went to the ice cream with the push pop, they were not too excited about it. Part of the big vegetables real excited. But it was interesting and it was their very first time. And I think they had about 35 kids there. You
Well,
know,
at least there were more of the kids than that. They just scattered through. I think they're probably, well, and you think about the young ones versus the old ones,
Yeah.
there was at least 50.
I mean,
50
there
plus,
were
but
some
it
that
wasn't-
We had
they're in their
60-something
arms,
children
the parents'
registered.
arms. So
Mhm.
those kids could care less. The parents were more interested than the kids. But it was, oh, and they had bees. And, yeah, so I think I think next year will be a bigger turnout.
It will
Because I
be.
think they really enjoyed it.
They had an opportunity to rope.
Oh, yeah, they can sit on a saddle and lasso a pair of horns. I saw a lot of them working on that.
How long does this last?
Huh?
How long was this?
It was from 9 until 1 o'clock.
Yeah, but by 11, it was slowing down, really slowing down. I really want to do the lassoing because when I used to boat, I would lasso the poles. And I do the front line and the marina people who were helping you would go. And I do it every time. So I said, I ought to see if I can lasso a steer. You know, anyway, I didn't bother. Pollinator gardening at Laurel Reserve. Nikki and I
And
and,
Peggy,
oh yeah, Peggy Thompson. Was it just the three of us? Yes,
it was the three of us.
Nikki did a wonderful presentation on the pollinator gardening. Laurel Reserve is a hidden little community behind Sebastian Highlands. You drive through Sebastian Highlands and you go this road and all of a sudden there's a gate. You go, oh my gosh, I've lived here all my life. I never knew this place was back there. Beautiful. And where their pavilion is in their clubhouse, it's on a branch of the Sebastian River. It is a little canal. It's just gorgeous. It's a lovely little community. So I think and then they had a potluck. So afterwards they all ate lunch there. So we had 13. We had 13 ladies there. It was quite
So-
nice.
I was there.
Oh, you lived there?
Yeah,
Yes.
and I missed that day because we were in South Carolina
Oh.
and an event that we
What
had.
a
Fire
lovely
Church.
place.
But what was the result?
Oh,
Sounds like fun.
everybody left with their pots and their plants.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we have plans to continue and to broaden our relationship with
Okay.
Laurel Reserve.
What a lovely place. Oh my gosh. it was
Because I'm
beautiful.
new there. I don't
They were
probably
so
know
nice.
Much
Yeah.
people. but
Yes, they were
Trying to
all
get
so
involved.
nice.
Yeah, they
Yes.
were all very nice. They enjoyed, they got to take home.
There was Stokes aster,
Yeah.
native porterweed, and gaillardia for the pots.
And
Jack,
they got
you
a
had
pot
your
with
hand
soil in it.
Is
So
that just open to the public? Can anybody go anytime?
at Laurel
No.
Reserve, no.
No,
It's a
that
private
is
community.
a homeowners association
Yeah,
community.
it was an HOA.
Yes.
But it was beautiful back there.
So we provided them with their educational offering for that month for the ladies group.
Yeah.
But if we need to do an event there, as a homeowner.
Yes,
I
yes.
can open that for
There
you
are
guys.
several of them that were making me offers like that. That is
Yeah.
so cool.
Yeah.
new community? or-
No, it
No.
is very old and established.
It's, it has
Quite
two
lovely.
sections. One is have 20 years, the other section is just 3 years. That's why it's kind of
Mhm.
looks so new, but.
Yeah, but it was, I mean, my dad lived in Sebastian Islands, you know, in the 60s and 70s or 70s and 80s. But I didn't know Laura, it may not have been back there then.
Mhm. It's
But
only
anyway,
20
it
years
was very interesting. Nikki has done Busy Bee workshops.
Mhm.
At
I did
Busy
do the
Bee?
Busy Bee vegetable gardening workshop. There was about 60 some odd
Busy Bee
people
really
there.
gets the
It
people.
was a lot of fun. Thanks.
Aha!
Oh, I love it.
Look at
Oh,
that.
hey, Carlo.
Cute as can be.
Here we go. Sorry, I'm late.
That's
That's
all
all
right.
right.
Charlie's
And-
phone went off and of course he's doing some Charlie thing. And it said, all emergency vehicles have come to your, it's taken me like 5 phone calls to find out he's okay. So.
Oh.
Sorry.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Okay.
wow.
I'm glad to hear that he's all right.
Okay, we do have an upcoming event this Saturday, the Pineapple Festival. It's at the Holstrom House down on Old Dixie, south of Oslo. And we don't have the times on here.
I couldn't pull up the time, but I think it's like from 10 to 3.
Yeah, I think it's,
I think that's what time it is. I looked at the weather forecast. It's gonna be really lovely out there.
yeah, I think it's only
Yeah,
like
4
till
hours,
one.
yeah.
but then with an hour for setup.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah,
So,
and I wrote it in the emails.
yeah,
so-
you all do have an email about it, but
Yeah.
I do need about 3 people to volunteer for this event. I keep telling y'all what I can't do, and I'm telling y'all the truth. I can't do this event.
I cannot,
At
I'll be Halloweening down in Pompano Beach.
Right.
I'll be
So-
there.
I need 3
But-
volunteers.
But I'll be at
You're
the,
gonna be at the Native Plant
yeah, but
Society
I've
table.
done them both several times.
Okay, so if you can help me with the
Educational
With the-
literature.
with
yeah.
the educational literature. I need someone to teach pineapple growing demonstration, which I can give you the. Okay, let me be honest.
What?
I'm
Hack the
setting
top
up
off
a
and stick
static
it in the
display
ground? Or is
with-
that-
Right, I'm setting up a static display with, here are some pictures of how you grow pineapples. And all you would actually do is just stand there in case someone asks you a question about it. I actually have a pineapple plant with a big old pineapple on it. I want to eat it so bad, but I can't because I'm saving it for this. But all you're gonna be doing is just manning a display. Thank you, Nancy, I appreciate it.
So the
Yeah.
only person who has signed up is Susan Gordon.
Right.
She has a couple of hours available.
Yes,
she
so she'll
said.
be there
So,
too.
Yeah.
So she's gonna be
Reach out with
doing it.
her.
So Nancy, you'll be joining Susan. I need one more person because it is very hard to do these events with one person who is part-time, and then I need one more person to make sure that, just in case they do have the influx. We've not done this event before. I do not know how well attended it is. I just don't want anyone to be super duper overwhelmed.
Well,
I
I
was
think
gonna
if
help
Carla's
Carla, but
there,
I'll help.
you know, with the,
Nikki, I was gonna help Carla some, but
Okay, so the two of
Yeah.
you can make my third one person.
yeah.
Perfecto, thank you very much.
And I will
I
say,
tried to fix that trifold, bifold thing that you sent. It's a
Yeah.
problem, but
yes,
it's printed.
oh, okay. Well, I'll
It's their pineapple festival that they do annually. and I
Right.
don't know. I've never been.
It's, so the
They used to
Historical
grow pineapples
Society
at the
is
home.
hosting the Pineapple Festival. And because pineapple is a historical crop grown here, they're having it at the Holstrom House because Holstrom House was also one of the it's
It
one
used
of
to
the
grow
pineapple
pineapple.
growers.
Yeah,
Nursery, right? There was pineapple.
It was, yes,
It's right there.
right.
Yeah.
If
So.
you've never been, you should go.
Yes, you should. You should definitely go. When we got the email invitation, I was like, of all the things that we do, this is more closely aligned with what our mission is, right? Teaching
Yeah.
people how to grow the things that they want to grow
Here.
the easiest and most effective. So, all right.
all
Great.
right. I would say that the Ag Adventure, you don't need more than 2 at the vegetable one.
Well,
You sent Susan
I wanted
over to
to-
the bees.
I wanted to make sure that we had somebody as backup for the beef girl as well, because she's a new agent.
Oh.
So
well,
it would
she-
have been
she
just
was-
in case she
went over
needed
to the
someone
bees,
as a
yeah.
pacifier.
Is
Great.
that
Yeah,
going
I-
to be an annual thing?
It is,
Yeah, I
good.
think
we're,
so.
we're planning on
Yeah.
keeping that as an annual event. Yes.
I think it was great. It's in this huge pavilion,
Mhm.
which is just
Yeah.
north
It's
of the
the barn.
fairgrounds.
Mhm.
And it was too spread out for the small amount
Right.
that actually showed up.
Right. And we're gonna build it out
But
next
yeah.
year, and we now know who the list of approved
Yeah.
vendors are for food and everything, so it's gonna be fantastic.
So it was good.
All right, so
All right.
those of you who volunteered for the Pineapple Festival, please sign up on Better Impact.
Yeah, I put it on there.
All right.
didn't I? Yeah.
So it's in there. All right, great.
It's on there, yeah, because I signed Susan up.
Okay,
So
so
it's
it's
there.
there.
So I'm going to need help. I do not only need one volunteer. I think it would be overwhelming and in a wicked act to ask for only one volunteer to assist me with my data.
Are you kidding? I'll do it. I loved it.
I know,
I
but
loved
it's my
it.
whole year's worth of data
I don't.
and it's all disorganized.
What
Surprise,
else is
surprise,
new?
right? Okay. I hate it. Because quite honestly,
You really
I've
have
not,
a
I've just
12-week
been
night.
dropping things into a bin. And that's been, yes, Nancy.
I can volunteer for that, but what I'm
Great.
asking is, are you talking about every day between the 12th and the 19th? Or just during that portion of time?
Within that window,
Done.
yes, within that window.
Okay, Nancy.
So
between
if
you
you're
and
on
me-
and you come in and I still have some more things to do, I'll give them to you. I just want some people to volunteer to be abused with me.
The
So
only
I can
thing
get
I
my
can't
info.
go-
Thank you, Cheryl, I appreciate that, yes.
That's what I was just looking at. There's
Yeah.
some days where like, I don't know what time you want people, but like, there's some days that I might have a conflict at certain hours, so. I
I'm
can
going
just
to be
do-
chained to my desk between now and
Okay.
the and the date that the report is due. All right, mentoring program update. We have a mentoring program. Yay! There are 2 people who are already enrolled. Everyone has met with their mentor and mentee so far in those two sets. I have 2 more emails I'm about to send out for you, Cheryl, and for you, Jackie, later on today. They're drafted. But I'm trying to make sure, I'm an overthinker and I know it. So please look out for my email. Current volunteers, please sign up to do my mentoring program. And if you haven't watched a video about the mentoring program, please have a gander at that video to make sure that you really, really understand that I just want you all to do some things with somebody else. And you will still know more than the person who is coming in. That's basically it. Yes, Fran?
Where do you find the video? Because
I sent it out in your emails. And the link is in there.
Apparently I deleted it and I couldn't find it.
So right on your sheet of paper, what you need to do to follow up today is email me for the links to the videos.
Okay. When I
Yes,
got on the
Julie.
link, it said I had to sign up or sign into some program, which
It
I
should
don't
not.
do. So
No, my YouTube links should just take you straight to that video with no problem.
I'll try it again.
And if you have a problem,
That's
email
not the
me
link
about it.
that you sent out, Jane. The link you sent out was the one that put me in
Yeah.
somewhere.
Just sent
And
it
I
out.
won't
That was-
sign.
yeah.
I just sent out
Oh,
the
that was just like
mentee
asked to
training,
share the document.
Right.
Yeah,
Because
but
it was
I won't.
Google Docs.
my new sprouts. Yes, you would be mentoring the new class coming in.
Before they come in or while
Before they
they're-
come in and while they're in training and after that. So look at the mentor video so that you can have an idea of what it is that is expected. I think that you all would make a great group to do mentoring. I know you think it's funny, but here's part of the reason why I'm saying that. You all were a big group. You were. And I think the other group before you was massive, but you all were big. And I think that you all would understand more clearly how deficient it is to have this 12-week training and then just be told, great, go forth,
And volunteer.
right?
Go forth and volunteer.
It's not the best.
No.
Right. And this is my effort to allow you all the opportunity to help me to make this better. Yes, Jack?
So the class is 12 weeks. You
Uh-huh.
once talked about doing it half day.
It is.
Okay, so it's not an all day thing.
It's not.
2 half days.
It's 2 half days, Tuesdays and Thursdays.
So you're assigned to somebody.
You're going to be assigned to a new sprout. You don't have to come to class with them on every single day,
But
But-
it might be beneficial to come.
but
that
it
way.
might be
Because you get to
beneficial.
know the
And I
person.
send out the email every single year encouraging all current volunteers to attend any class that is on the menu anytime they want to, whether or not they're mentoring or not. If you feel like you wanted to do the Right Plant, Right Place class all over again, come into class. The only thing that I ask for is that you all give me the heads up so that I can have your handouts, so that I can be prepared for you to come into the class. And you can join on Zoom, you can join any which way you feel like. Every year that I do a new Master Gardener training, I send out the new schedule to all current volunteers and say, any of these classes you want to come to, give me a shout. Because I want you all to come back to class. I want you all to come into class and join the discussions and talk about, you know what, when Nikki said right plant, right place, I thought she was batshit berserk, right? But now I know that it does make my life easier. That's part of it. But then the other part of it is, now that I got that little piece, I need to know another little bit, because I tell you all during class, it's not, don't aim for all 10 things that I'm telling you to do today. Just try one thing, right? And you don't have to be Jack on the spot. So all of those things. So you are welcome back to class whenever I'm having classes, wherever I'm having classes. That's number one. Number two, I want more of you to get into the mentoring program. because it is also going to strengthen your volunteering. So please watch the video on the mentoring program. Please sign up to be mentors. At the clip that I'm going right now, I should have an actual cohort that I can move forward with next year. I have enough people who have expressed interest in the program, and I'm enrolling enough people. I have 2 more people to put into the system this afternoon as well. So 2 mentoring emails are going out, 2 more people are being added into that cohort later on today. So I do need your support for the mentoring program.
Question about the mentoring program.
Yes.
Does it count as education or volunteer?
It depends on what you're doing as a mentor. So it counts as a volunteering
Volunteer.
hour for sure.
Well, what
But
are
if
the
you all
expectations?
come into the classes with your mentee, then of course it's also going to count as education, the same way our monthly meetings are split into the meeting and the education portion.
So what's the expectations of the mentoring?
The expectation of the mentor is that you would walk with your mentee through the program. But I have a whole training on this that I would like for you all to access the video and then sign up, sign up and show your interest in this, and come and collect your paperwork, discuss it with me a little bit further, and I can assign you a mentee. I've sent out about 8 emails about this one subject already.
And it's mornings, right?
It's anytime.
The classes are gonna be mornings.
The new training, yes. Tuesday and Thursday mornings, 9 to 1 o'clock.
So help me understand, I guess confused. Didn't we do all day for 12 weeks?
Yes,
So now you're doing half
Two-
day?
Two
for-
half
days a
days, make a whole.
Oh, sorry.
I have a whole entire meeting that I explained that as well.
And have you had a good response?
I have had an excellent response. I have.
Okay.
I signed up.
Great, thank you.
And then
Watch
for
the
new
video.
people coming in.
Yes, I do have a
I'm
good
impressed to
response.
see 2 of them here.
No, we have 3 of them here. We
Really?
had one of them last month,
Yeah.
at last month's meeting as well. Yes. All right. I need a professional landscaper on my advisory committee. So if any of you know a professional landscaper who might be interested in serving on my advisory committee, please send me a recommendation and I will contact them to see if they are a good fit. The previous person that was serving on my advisory committee retired. I love that for him, but not for me. Okay, my master's presentation is next week, Friday. It's not Thursday, it's next week, Friday. 7th November at 3 p.m. I will send you all the link that morning. My regalia arrived last Friday when I was feeling quite defeated. It was sitting down on the doorstep. So that was an interesting thing. Ruth Ann has already made sure that there are no wrinkles in my gown. End of year reporting is starting 9th November to 3rd December for me because I will not be able to focus on anything other than polishing my presentation between now and then.
So put your hours in.
Please put your hours in, okay? Your hours are due 31st October. So my programming calendar, we've gone through this before. We're not going to re-adjudicate this today. 1st November to 31st October, every single year is my programming calendar. I need every hour that you all have spent doing anything at all updated into the volunteer management system. Please and thanks. If you think that you did 10 hours and you can't remember exactly what those hours were about, please put in for 9 or 8. I would rather underestimate than overinflate my numbers every time, okay? But I do need you all to update your hours. I am very, very tired and I sound very bitchy right now, and that's all right. That's a scientific term, y'all. I am tired of going into the impact system, downloading the report for hours, and seeing people who have done massive amounts of hours not log any at all. Then I have to email Jane, I have to email Karen and find out if anybody has sent them their hours, not because they're asleep on the job, because God knows they're not, but because I must be losing my entire mind. Please update your hours, folks. And if it's a pain in the butt, Jane and Karen have been so gracious, so generous with their time that they will update your hours for you. My God, they'll even do a bulk update for you. They will go in and say, today, this person put in 100 hours, knowing that it's a 24-hour day. They will do that for you. There is zero reason why I should see anyone on our impact system with 0 hours knowing that they've given at least 50 for the year. There's no reason for it. It is fatiguing at the end of the year for me to put in a guesstimate. It's unnecessary. It's an email, it's a text message. The only thing we don't receive are smoke signals, y'all. That's it. We will take any form of communication. Please tell us your hours so that we can update them for you if you can't update them. And if you feel like you can't remember all the times that you did something, you know you did something, put something on there. 1 is better than 0 at the end of the year for your hours. Do I sound terrible enough? Will that irritate you enough to update your hours? Yes, Nancy.
Just a suggestion, you need to always emphasize why.
The reason why, oh, right, because I've done this speech before too. The reason why is because it shows the value of our program, not only to this county, which is why we were able to give them over $200,000 in volunteer hours last year. Some of you went to that presentation. But it also shows the value of University of Florida IFAS Extension Service. And is it all political? Yes. I was very dismayed to find that out the other day. But it is, and we have to play that game. But more than anything, it also shows you what your 30-something an hour looks like when you put it all into one great big bucket. It's my big bucket. I'm happy to have it. I want to back swim in this big bucket of your volunteer hours. But it is important. It shows how truly, truly robust our tiny but mighty program is. It is not about the length of the train. It's about the caboose that's pulling it, right? Good. Yes, Nancy.
And your funding.
And our funding. Our funding is absolutely dependent on this, right? Why is your program feasible? What are y'all offering us? I would love to be able to ask them for $3,000 instead of the measly $300 a year that they give me for programming. But I have no way of justifying that. Great. That's it. Y'all send me your emails. Y'all send me your text messages, little messages on Better Impact, whatever. Pam, please come on up, my dear.
Thank you.
Question,
Yes.
was the speakers thing canceled?
The Speakers Bureau, no, it has not been canceled
November 1st is the deadline for the first
for
one.
the first one for
So
whether or not
I'm still potentially on.
you're still potentially on the hook. Yes, you can't wiggle off of that just yet.
Soon.
Yes.
Soon you'll be able to wiggle off.
All right, so our continuing education unit for the day is offered by our own medical entomology lab here in Indian River County. We love to visit them and abuse them. We use their boathouse on a regular basis.
I feel a bit underdressed. I need a hat.
There you go.
I have a mosquito hat at home that my
Oh,
son, my 5-year-old
perfect.
son, every time I put mosquito hat on, he's like, take that off, mommy, because he got scared. But I could have brought that if I'd known.
Oh, that would have been funny.
Oh, Father, please keep me today.
Is it not? Is it kind of?
Oh, now, okay, great.
Okay.
Hold on. I still gotta share the screen. Oh, now it allows me to toggle. This is so fantastic. The way that my tech has been not working as expected today. That's all right.
And then I can use the arrow thing.
You can, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yay.
That worked.
No problem with technology. Great.
How do you pronounce your last name?
It's a difficult one. So I'm originally from Thailand. I was born and raised in Thailand until I was 20 something. I moved here for grad school and I ended up staying. So the last name is Thong Sripong.
Tom.
Thong Sripong,
Tom.
yeah. And the first name is Pan Pim. So you can call me Pan Pim. So I am a researcher at the Florida Medical Entomology Lab, and hopefully some of you may have visited. We're on Oslo Road, right next to the Audubon place,
Cross street.
surrounded by mosquitoes.
Oh, yeah,
forests.
absolutely.
So I have my students here. So Sergio is going outside, going around to collect mosquito and getting exposed to mosquito bites. So
Just
we'll
walk to the
definitely-
boathouse.
Yeah. So today I'm going to be talking about how, different methods that you can use and choose to use to protect yourself against mosquito bites. So focus on all the products that are available in the market. So it is part of the research project that I'm doing to try to understand people like you preference on what do you like to use, what do you do to protect yourself against mosquito bites. So try to understand your preference, your behaviors, your understanding of the mosquitoes to, so scientists can better understand how they can help, make sure that you know all these products that are available. And also, I also would like to know whether this workshop is helpful to you or not, whether you learn something new or not. So, that's why we have this built-in survey to kind of understand that as well. So just to kind of go over what's going to happen today, I have a short pre-presentation survey that's only about 6 questions. It should take 5 minutes to do. It's optional. You don't have to do them, but if you do them, I would really appreciate it. So he's going to start putting some surveys out. And then after that 5 minutes that we're going to do the surveys, I will go ahead and just, tell you all about some of the products that I have brought today to show you and kind of go into a little bit of details of different products that are available, pros and cons. And then after that should take about 30 minutes. And then after that, we're going to do a post-presentation survey again. Should take about 5 minutes. And then I have a fun part, which is I have a prize. So we have 4 of them here. There's a head net, there's mosquito repellent products, special repellents, there's little socks, treated socks, and then just regular DEET stuff. So you can enter your name into each of these buckets, whichever one you want. You can enter multiple or none at all if you don't want any. And then we'll do the prize draw at the end. That will be a little fun part. And then at the end, I'll stick around to answer any questions. So, and then finally, I'll send an online survey follow-up about a month later. So if you would like to participate, and I would greatly appreciate your help, please enter your email address on the paper in the back, on the table back there, toward the end. So if you do decide to participate in this survey, know that they are anonymous. Don't write your name on there. We don't need your name on there. It is voluntary. You don't have to do them. You don't want to skip any question you don't want to answer. And then the post-workshop surveys toward the end, just wait until after the presentation. Please answer your questions as best you can. You don't have to be nice to compliment all my, tell me what you like, tell me what you don't like, tell me how we can do better. And then anybody could enter the raffle. you don't have, if you don't want to do survey, you can still enter the browser. So anyway, I'm gonna leave about 5 minutes or so for you to kind of do these surveys. If you have any questions, let me know. If you need pen or pencil, let me know. No other survey I have to give you. Like really? Yeah, there's an information form, you know, in case you have any questions, you can contact me later. Yes.
I noticed there seems to be more mosquitoes this year and less no-see-ums.
Depends on where you are.
But it is, this year is record bad for mosquitoes. I have my colleagues at Mosquito Control, and they say that they got like record number of complaints. We are trapping mosquitoes outside. You can ask Sergio, he would like walk into the backwoods and he would like come back with like, it's like really bad, right?
Yeah, this year's been pretty odd in terms of the number of mosquitoes used, like compared to what we usually have every year. Especially like the weather this year has been, like this summer was very dry, and that probably influenced a lot of the mosquitoes. But no-see-ums and mosquitoes breed in different places. So mosquitoes breed in the water, and mosquitoes or no-see-ums breed on the ground. So they are under different effects of like the environment. So that might be explaining what they're at different months.
Well, last month we had the gentleman from Mosquito Control here. And he was saying they haven't been able to flood the impounds. And that's created an issue. Because it wasn't, up until this weekend, it wasn't raining.
Right. Yeah, there's a lot, I don't know the like the details of those, like how do they, decide when to flood and when not to flood, but I know there's a lot into it, like you have to have a certain amount of rain, you have to have a certain amount of tide, and I don't really know the details, but I know there's a lot going into it, yes.
Can I ask a question? Many years ago, I read an article that implied, pretty much said, that if you got bitten by mosquitoes, that it had to do with your own body's chemistry and that you could attract them based, I suppose, on diet, health, whatever your body's giving off. And that's why some people don't seem to attract them at all and other people can't stick their hand out without being attacked. And do you know anything about that?
Yeah, it's true. Some people are just, mosquito magnets, and
Yes.
there's many variables. There's genetics. There's have been studies that shows that genetics can influence whether you're going to be attracted to mosquito or not. So if you happen to be attracted to mosquito, and if it's because of genetics, then you can't really do much, to fix that. Obviously, you can use repellent, which we're going to talk about today. So that's like a good segue to my talk. Yes.
The yellow plane, do they find it's actually making a difference?
Yeah, so the yellow plane, what they often do is that they spray larvicide, which is a type of chemical that kill the mosquito larvae. So the baby portion that lived in the water. So it does take a while for that to take effect because it doesn't kill the mosquitoes, adults, it's kill the larvae. So the adults are still flying around. So after they sprayed it, you might not see the reduction right away. So sometimes it's hard to see that correlation because there's a little bit of lag time for it to work. But it does help. It's they used actually one of the chemicals that I'm going to talk about today is what they use. It's like a bacteria that is naturally occurring in the soil. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. I think everybody is done with their that's about 5 minutes. So let's go into the okay. Let's go into the talk portion. So today I'm going to be talking about these 4 different strategies that are effective. So we're talking about skin repellents, which you all probably know, things like beads, right? Special repellents. We can use protective clothing that are either treated or non-treated. And then we can also try to change our behaviors. It does take a bit to move. I want to make sure, first say nobody is paying me to do this. All these products are not paying me. I have no relationship with them. It's just that these products are available on the market. So I just want to talk about them. So the first thing we could do, which may or may not be practical for many of us, is to avoid areas where mosquito lived, right? And these could be things like a hiking trail in a swamp or in backyard. You could also try to avoid the peak biting times, which are often in the morning when the suns are coming up, the sun's going down in the evening, dusk and dawn is the peak biting time. In the middle of the day, sometimes you see a few here and there, especially if it's shaded, but it's not going to be as high. Again, we want to be outside. We want to, go out. I do garden too. So sometimes it's hard to avoid. My kids go to playground in the evening. It's hard to avoid to kind of change that, right? So other thing we could do is include using repellent. So this is one of the most common things that people do, and you probably have done this in the past. So I always recommend using products that are registered with the EPA because they are vetted, they evaluated for safety and effectiveness. So we know that they're safe and they're effective. If you go to this website by EPA, there's this, and you scroll down to the bottom, and you can use your phone to kind of take a look yourself. You scroll down to the bottom, there's this interactive window right here where you could kind of enter what you're looking for in your repellent products. For example, they ask you how much time are you planning to be out? Oh my goodness. It doesn't do it. There, maybe I have to click on it. Okay. So for example, if you plan to be out less than 4 hours, you can choose that. If it's longer, you can choose the time that you plan to be out and you might be exposed to mosquitoes. You can choose whether you worry more about mosquitoes or ticks. And these are the list of active ingredients that are approved and vetted by the EPA. So I'm going to cover just a few of those, not everything, but otherwise it will take too long. But before we go into the active ingredient, I just want to kind of give a little bit of insight onto how scientists measure the repellent effectiveness. The first thing that they look at is, the percentage reduction in bites. So for example, these volunteers are not putting repellent on, they got 100 mosquito bites. After they put repellent on, there's that reduction in mosquito bites. So they see the differences between no repellent and repellent. So that's just one of the simplest things we could do. The other thing that they might look at is that protection time. So a volunteer might put repellent on, stick their hands in the mosquito cage, and see how long it takes before the mosquito starts biting that person. So that's called protection time from application repellent to the first bite that they received. So they measure those two things and see how effective the repellents are. And one of the most common things that we use, I use it to, is a DEET. This has been around for the longest time. So you probably are familiar with it. When I ask people, I do surveys, DEETs are the most common thing that people mention that they use. There are multiple concentration. The higher the concentration, the longer of that protection time you're gonna have. So now if you, let's say, gonna go out in the backyard, you know that you're gonna go out for like an hour, right? You don't need 30% concentration. You can offer a lower percentage that would give you, you know, less protection time. It still protect you, but it's just shorter, right? And, you know, some people are a little more sensitive to DEETs, right? So having a lower concentration might help with those people that just feel like DEETs are a little sticky. And so if you know you're not gonna go out for a long time, you can opt for a lower concentration. And, you know, sometimes I see products that have like 70% DEET. That's, in my opinion, that's a little bit overkill because even if you use 30%, that's gonna give you 6 hours approximately, right? You can reapply it at the end of that 6 hours. So really there's no need to go above that 30%. That would just be the most effective you could have. So again, you know, that's the common, that's how you might choose the concentration of the DEETs. A newer products that I'm wondering, have you heard picaridin? Or? Yeah. Picaridin it is a synthetic compound, but the compound structure looks very similar to a natural compound that found in black pepper. At 20%, it's as effective as DEET at similar concentration. So it is effective. It's actually that it doesn't have a strong odor. So if you hate the DEET smell, that could be a good option. Doesn't feel as sticky or greasy, less likely to irritate skin. It doesn't stain or melt plastic, so that's always a good plus. Again, if you're not gonna go out, stay out for a long time, opt for a lower concentration could work too. So that's picaridin, and then, oh, I guess I just need to use this. So the next one I want to briefly mention is the oil of lemon eucalyptus. Again, this is also approved and vetted by EPA. It is a natural oil that can be extracted from this tree, which is native to Australia. It has, when I use them, I have a sample here if you want to try them. When I use them, it has that kind of like menthol, stingy sensation, cooling sensation, right? That I actually like because it feels like cooler. But it can, if you get into the eyes, it could irritate your eyes, and it shouldn't be used for kids younger than 3 years old. So now the oil of lemon eucalyptus is effective because of the active ingredient in it that called PMD. That's the full name of it. So PMD is the active ingredient in the oil of lemon eucalyptus. Now this PMD can also be synthesized in the lab or factories. So there's a version of PMD that is not a natural oil, but is synthesized in the lab that you can also choose as well. Again, these are effective compared to DEETs. So there's, you know, other option other than DEETs that you could choose to use. And then the last active ingredient I want to talk about is citronella oil. So this one is naturally occurring in grass, a type of grass. There's 2 varieties, and so it's a mixture of component depending on the grass variety. It is effective. However, the protection time is significantly less. I think it's typically less than an hour for it to work. So if you're going to use it, you have to reapply it a lot more often, especially if you're going to be out for a long time. So that's another option. Okay, that's, you know, if you look on Amazon, you know, there's a lot of other unregistered products out there. So this is a paper that I found that tests the effectiveness. So because they're not registered with EPA, we don't know for sure whether they're effective or not, right? So I found a paper, a research study that looking at how effective they are. So they put the repellent on this arm, and then they see how long it takes before the mosquito bites. And so this thing here lists the different oils and then protection time. So some of the oils are relatively effective. For example, the blue one, clove oil, is almost 2 hours, right? So that seems to be working. Again, this is at 10%. So on the market, you have to look at percentage of those oil as well. The lower the percentage, the less effective it's gonna be. Some of the oil are not as effective. Like for example, citronella oil is less than an hour. Some of these guys are not gonna be working as well. So it's a mix of things. And often what I see is that they mix things together. Again, they're not tested by EPA, so we have no way of knowing how actually effective they are. But, it seems like the data show that some of them are. You just have to kind of reapply it more often if you're gonna use them. So if it's not working, the one thing to think about is that you apply it thoroughly. Often what I end up doing is finding out skin mosquito bite through my clothes, right? The part that is not applied. So is it time to reapply after you sweating, you swimming? Sun exposure can reduce effectiveness. Also try to opt for EPA registered products so you know for sure that they should be working properly. Any questions so far before I talk about permethrin treated clothing, about repellents? I did bring some example of different active ingredient on the table there. Feel free to use a little bit and apply on your skin if you want to see how it feels. Those are just to kind of test and smell and see how it's feel on your skin. And then the next product I want to talk about is permethrin treated clothing. You could either buy a pre-treated clothing, they treat it at a factory, you just buy it and you just use it for regular clothes, or you could buy one of those sprays and then treat your own clothing. And it is repel or kill mosquito. Permethrin is an insecticide product, so keep that in mind. However, it's shown that it can be very effective. So one of the a common brand name is called Insect Shield, which I have an example right there. And so just pick it up. So there was a pre-treated clothing. So in the research studies, they have volunteers wearing these clothes and they see the percent reduction in the bites, and it can be up to 91%. However, if you wear short sleeve, shorts, pants, the mosquito is gonna go for the part of your skin. So that percentage of reduction is gonna be less if you're not as covered. It is safe. Most of it, the formulation is formulated so that it's stuck to the fabric and you can wash it and it's supposed to stay there for a while. And so very little is absorbed through the skin. So it's safe for kids and pregnant women. If you treat it yourself, look for products that's specifically made for clothing. This is some example of the brand name that I see on the market. Obviously use it on clothes. And then when you applied it, you're supposed to apply outside, wait until it dry, and then it should be safe to use. One note is that when in the wet form, it can be toxic to cat. So don't let the cat, you have to wait until it's dry first, then it's okay. And then, I'm not gonna go into the details of how to use it. The most important thing is to, these are insecticide products. So read the label before you use them, how to use them properly. So like I mentioned, if you wear short sleeve treated clothing, you're still gonna get bint on your exposed skin part. So what you could do is you could use it like a two-pronged strategy, right? You could use the treated clothing and repellents on the exposed skins, and that's make you fully covered. It's supposed to last through multiple wash, especially for the pre-treated clothing. That's supposed to last longer than the one that you treated yourself. But if you have a lot of sun exposure, you're doing a lot of wash, then that's gonna, the effectiveness is gonna go down a little bit faster. And some mosquitoes are more resistant to insecticide. So again, keep in mind, it's not gonna be 100% covered. You're not gonna have that 100% protection. So you might wonder, what about untreated clothing? Can that be effective? And yes, it could be. However, the mosquito has this pretty long mouth part. You can see here, it's called proboscis. So it's used at long mouth part to bite through clothing. So if you want to use clothing, opt for things that are looser, lighter color is not as attractive to mosquito compared to darker color clothing. So things like, what is it called? Yoga pants, right? It's thin, it's tight to your skin. Mosquito can easily bite through. So things like a, thicker jean or even, like a lighter, but give you that space between your skin and the clothes can be a little more effective. Things like head net. I have one of the head net here as a prize. This one is not treated, so it's often what you could do is wear it over the hat to kind of give that space. So that's treated clothing. Any questions so far? You can also ask me at the end too. So the next type of product I want to talk about is called spatial repellents. These are things that release active ingredient into the air around you, and it's supposed to repel mosquitoes, right? Things like the mosquito coils, which you may have seen. There's a lot of product like this Thermacell product, which release active ingredient into the air. Candles, those can help. So this is the coil that I'm talking about. This is one of the most commonly used product when I was growing up. We constantly use it, right? And you might wonder, is it effective? It's like an instant product, release things into the air. And so I found a publication that listed up here that was published recently. And what this publication did is that they're looking at all the other papers, all the other studies that test effectiveness of this mosquito coil and extract out the number. And so these are the list of the studies, right? The author that did that study and the year that it was published. And some of the studies say that, yes, the coil is really effective. The one on the top says it's 90% reduction in bites. Some of the studies say not so much, kind of toward the end, closer to zero. And so the average overall, combining all these studies, is about 50% reduction in bites. So, you can imagine if it's a really windy day, perhaps it's not going to be as effective because the winds kind of blow away the smoke, right? So then mosquito are more sensitive to this kind of thing. Some mosquito not so much. What type of active ingredient that they use. So there's multiple variables that influence its effectiveness. And then some of the other products that are available that you could buy, you might have seen things like Clip-On, Thermacell products. Again, similarly, they're looking at evidence from all these other studies and show that its effectiveness is about 50%. Some studies see that it's really effective, some studies say they don't. So it's one of those things that it will depend likely on the situation that you were using them. Now, one of the most commonly used products that people mention is citronella candles. It smells really nice, right? I also love them. Is it effective? And study has shown that it can be effective, but that effectiveness is relatively much lower compared to other options. So these studies compare this study published in 2013 right here, compare Thermacell lantern with citronella bucket tabletop. And what they did is that they have volunteers standing about 3 feet away and they measure reduction in bites. And Thermacell has much higher reduction in bites compared to citronella. Citronella have about 50% less bite, which is not bad, right? On average. Now, if you put people further away from these products, that reduction is going to become less. Now, let's see. So for Thermacell, it's 70% less bite. For the citronella candle, it's 7% less bite. So it's not a big reduction. So again, that space that you have, how far those active ingredients are being released is going to play a role in whether this is effective or not. So is special repellent safe? So these products are tested, vetted by the EPA, so they consider safe. The active ingredients are pyrethroid products, so they are insecticide. So there's different names, different varieties of these pyrethroid products. However, the amount that are being released in the air is very, very low, below the amount of concentration that could cause harm. Keep in mind, a lot of these burning incense product release smoke, right? Things that might irritate some people more. So there's other byproducts that are being released as well. Again, follow label instruction. These are insecticide products. You know, you're supposed to dispose of it properly after you use it up. And many of them are intended for use outdoors only. So finally, you know, after we talk about all the products, I also want to talk briefly about things we could do to reduce the number of mosquitoes around your home, right? This is a typical yard. I personally have a lot of these around because I have a 5-year-old at home and I cannot keep up after cleaning up after him. So I have quite a bit of toys there, but there's many other things that maybe not quite as obvious, like cloth gutter, you know, tarp that could collect little bits of water. So again, these are some potential places where mosquito could breed. You probably are familiar with bromeliad that, you know, could breed some of the mosquito that are common in Florida. So we, you know, should get rid of this. So this is a life cycle mosquito. You probably are familiar that mosquito, you know, lay eggs in the water and they go through this aquatic life stage, right? And then eventually become adults and feed on us. And it takes about a week in the mid of the summer. So the warmer it is, the faster they can grow. So it could take as little as 7 days for this aquatic stage to become adult. So what you could do is to get rid of this water container or dump water out once a week to break that cycle. So this is what they look like. So these are the larvae, the longer one, and then the little dots right there, so the pupae. So if you can't dump out the water, you can't get rid of the container, the product you could use to kill the larvicide, and this is the products that the mosquito control is spraying, is called BTI. So you've probably seen them in Home Depots, mosquito bits, mosquito dunks. The active ingredients in these products is called BTI. It's a naturally occurring bacteria in the soil. So it's a form of biocontrol. And these bacteria produce toxins that specifically target the midgut, the gut of the mosquitoes, the backfly, the fungus gnat. So it doesn't affect, you know, pets, for example. So it's safe for people and pets to use. So it's very specifically target mosquito and a few other insects. So I feel like this is a really good option to use for homeowners to kill the larvae. So I think that's it. You know, we covered skin repellents and different active ingredients in the skin repellents. We talk about clothing, either treated with permethrin or not treated. We talk about special repellents, and we talk about how we can change our behaviors in doing sauce reduction to help control mosquitoes and prevent bites. So again, a final word about safety, right? There's no absolute safety. The dose makes a poison. Even water, which is, you know, the safest thing you could think of, right? Could be bad for you if you drink all too much at once. So the most important thing, especially with many of these products, is to read the labels and follow instruction on the label. So with that, there's a post presentation. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask me. If you would like to participate in this is paper you could write your name on. You can put it in a cup, and maybe we'll have either Nikki or Sergio to pull the name at the end. And then in the back table, we have example of different products that you can either try or use. I mean, yeah, you can put the repellent on. And then there's also this bucket right here. This is a free sample. Oh, I'll just put it over there, so you can grab them. So it's just like packets of repellents, you could try them, there's DEET, there's PMD, and there's piperidine. So I'm just gonna put them there. Yes,
On the bits and the dunks, so we have like a mini little waterfall in our house.
yeah,
But we don't have, I mean, there's no stagnant pond.
right,
We purposely did not want a pond,
right,
but, and we do have a screen, but
right.
I was just thinking, like, if you put something like that in where, like, the water comes out when the waterfall's running,
Right.
Will that work too? Because it's
so.
not sitting in the water because the water, I mean, we run it twice a day.
Right,
So it would literally,
right.
I
guess depends on how big it is. It, you know, it could still breed mosquito. You could also use fish, right? There's certain fish that would eat the mosquito.
yeah, but I don't have a pond.
Oh, it's not
See,
a pond.
we didn't want the pond because we didn't want the maintenance of the pond. I didn't want to put fish in.
I see. Yeah.
Plus
think
I had a
BTI
blind
should
dog
work.
that kept falling in.
Have you
Because
ever seen
it's
larvae in
dissolved.
here?
No,
Because I've never
we-
seen larvae, I have a fountain, I've never seen larvae in my fountain, ever.
Well, I
They
don't,
just aren't.
see, because as I say, I don't have, but I'm just thinking, like, if we had, to answer your question, I don't really have a problem, but I was just thinking about it, if I did have a problem, especially as my screen is disintegrating, could I put that in?
I
as a
think it should
preventive,
work.
but-
Yeah, it dissolved in the water. So, you know, I think it should, and the dung is bigger, so it shouldn't clog your, you know, is that what you kind of worry about?
Well, no, it was just more, would it be effective if water's just kind of going over it versus it's sitting in water?
Oh,
You
but
know,
the
'cause I
water
don't- Again, I don't
recirculates,
have a
right?
pond, yeah, it's recycled.
Yeah, then I think it's fine because it's,
It probably would
Dissolved in
work,
water.
probably wouldn't be a problem, except for the fact that it impacts the larvae being able to mature. It doesn't kill them.
Right, exactly. That's
So
why I'm
you're
wondering if
still
it's
gonna
even-
have them and
Right.
see them in the water. If you never see them in your water,
Right.
then you don't have a problem.
if it's, you
Yeah,
know.
no, I was
Don't
more
worry
of a
about it.
preventive, I mean, that's what I'm saying, it's more of a
Yeah.
thought process, if I have a problem, could I use that?
Yeah, you could like, you know, visually observe to see if you have
Right.
a larvae, and if you start seeing them, you can put it in to kill them. I think it should work. It shouldn't have any, you shouldn't have any problem using dunks in that situation.
All right, thank you.
So you want us to fill our name out?
Yeah, so this is,
Is that the
just
email
the
list?
email, yeah. And then this is a free sample, and this is, put your name in for price draw.
We did the bite thing.
Bite diary?
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we published a study. I sent
And
it to
I'm
Nico.
one that,
Don't get bit.
even going to the,
You know,
walking to the boathouse?
so you know what happened? I measured, so at the end, I calculate how often it's average. Yeah, of course. So this one is pickering. Yeah, this one is deep, so regular old deep, and this one is PMD. Yeah, of course. Try them. So this is PMD.
No,
This PMD. Yeah. And then you can enter your name on which one you want to. Oh, multiple.
You were calling 911. Your phone, did you show?
And this is so that's the paper and about the screen.
Oh, so much rain on all of it.
Well, it's great because.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's gonna be a tricky part, because if it's really big, then it's not gonna be as.
Did you say that to them?
Uh-huh.
So much.
Yeah.
One thing you could do is a big amount of.
Because I ran into.
So they can't always.
Actually sat down.
So when you turn in your surveys,
Often, you know.
fill your email out, fill your name out.
Pond in your backyard.
Yeah, they're just, swales.
Right.
Some are private.
Right.
I'm just
I'm a mosquito man.
Me too.
Or then
Yeah.
there's a new one to make.
Doesn't seem fair, right?
Right. So that's, this is the pickerel. This is the.
I'll let you guys figure out how to. This is what I.
Arthur has.
Yeah, so I wore my hat.
Yes, I love it.
I did,
That
so I
is
actually,
Really cute.
remember the commercial, Don't Mess with Mother Nature? She had like
Yes.
a green dress. I have the green dress, but I wasn't in the mood to put it.
Oh, yeah.
I put it
I
on.
have, I think I have a witch's dress, but I'm gonna take that down to my daughter's. So this is the pickerel.
And then when they go out, it's like buzz time.
So.
Not to mention-
Are you looking for blanks? Yeah, thank you.
I'm going to Africa in the summer,
Yeah,
so.
you're gonna have your.
I use this in the summer.
Back to Africa.
Yeah, the whole family. All 10 of
I
us.
work outside all the time.
Almost 3 weeks.
You know where I get my worst ones is the dog park.
We're gonna go.
They
We're
want
gonna
to
go
be
northern
northern
kids.
through my like.
Yeah,
if it's like
dark
Yeah, that's what she just said.
Yep.
So it's the dark color.
By the Seychelles.
So definitely like things like, you know, like
Fly to Dubai with something like a 14-hour layover.
Just bought one of those this summer. I went to Iceland. They recommended.
she's not
Yeah.
lying to
Marissa says-
We just found the mosquitoes.
Yeah.
I actually recommended.
Yeah, she's
it.
one of the students at the center, yeah.
It's like determined she is going.
Okay, look what I still have on my phone. I have your mosquito
Oh, the
something.
bite diary.
The bite diary, but it doesn't open up.
So I published that paper,
Yeah.
on average, people got bit. Everybody combine every data together, it's about once every other day. That's how often people end up, like on average. Some people get bit more, some people don't get bit at all. But on average, it's become one bite every other day.
You're the one that
So
did
that's
that
interesting.
presentation.
Yeah, we were on the phone call
Is that a
together,
Master
yes.
Gardener thing? That we went through?
Wow.
It's cute. So, but you shut it down now, huh?
Yeah, I shut it down. Yeah, kind of done with that project.
So you can conceivably.
Yeah.
Con Latinoamérica, entonces nosotros hablábamos español.
So Charlie Brown is fine. And poor vehicles get into the.
Sí, pero ya veo, porque el portugués.
And then they found the phone.
Yo
estaba tratando de
No, y también si hablo con la
Yeah.
gente
And that's
por tiempo argentino,
Now I
el
can shut it off.
mexicano también.
Y nosotros los puertorriqueños.
I'm like, you keep
Bueno,
going.
nací en Puerto Rico. Sí, nací en Puerto Rico.
So,
Tenemos 2 años.
You need one of those. I've seen people with a lanyard with their phone attached to it. So that's what you need to do, is wear your phone around your neck.
Well,
What, that they found you?
Well, the police came to my front door.
And they didn't arrest you?
Isn't it amazing? Yeah.
I didn't today. I said, are you to arrest me again? No, I just got your phone. It's like, oh, that's where it is.
And they didn't really arrest you last time, they just.
No.
But he has to present it. I know, it's so much better. Trying to save the oak tree, yeah.
Perp walk, leg irons. It's like, the guy's a flight.
Of course, you were out like pumping water.
I was,
I'm sure, I saw,
but
well, I saw her coming in and said, oh, I can't get a hold of him. Tell him that I'm,
I'm glad, you know, I actually, one of the idea I have for this was actually I was doing one of these surveys. And somebody had asked
I had to get them. It was getting so bad.
I'm like,
I ordered
little bit,
head
not
nets.
much.
I
But then
never
I had,
used
I'm
to
like,
work
oh my
with
gosh.
them. But I couldn't even go out
Like,
and
I
buy
know that was over there. Oh, we need to talk about this.
Spray.
I don't wanna do
that. No, I don't want to spray.
Julie, you should really wear that
Wonderful necklace.
with your outfit. Yes, it would really.
mosquito bites. No. The socks.
Those would fit Carla. I wouldn't fit Carla.
But if you got them,
I love your entrance.
So you know what this comes, so I bought, actually, you remember that Don't Fool with Mother Nature lady with margarine? I have a green dress. And that's mine, but I didn't want to wear it.
But there for a while, a lot of the strange shows on TV. There's always a statue in a bandera.
Something like that.
Nice. I like it.
Yeah, these are the-
Okay.
they're not bad.
Okay, so it's still over the house. I'll just go over there.
Okay.
Tell me your address.
Yeah, I'm glad that it's.
My friend, Jen.
You know, like the only thing we did come over to help me.
Cleaning, go through photos. We finally went through all my mother's photos 2 years ago. And we got rid of one. My mother was such an big, like, having every copies. Some of them I have and I sent to
All
her.
sorts of things, yeah. So enter your name in one of these, I'll have to find you.
The surveys.
Okay, I can take it.
Yeah, I learned that from you.
Okay, good.
So I can take the
It's a little
survey back.
complicated.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
You gotta go into the settings, tell it to quit giving you a location, and I don't think that's a permanent thing.
Sometimes the problem is they make that.
No, I bought it somewhere.
I'd buy that if I could find that.
I can't remember. I probably got it on Amazon.
Yeah. Yeah, oh, that's an idea.
I read something this morning that said,
What are we doing now?
I'm gonna put, I'm gonna make sure we have time to enter the name, and then I'll.
Has everybody entered their name in the drawing that wants to enter their name in the drawing? Everybody do it? Everybody's entered their name in the drawing that wants to enter their name in the drawing? Solution, it's called. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
can we do it?
everybody's in.
So who wants to do the honor? Maybe you wanna pull it? I go right ahead, okay. Everybody,
Okay,
Guys, listen.
I'm gonna enter the name, I'm gonna mix it in, I'm not looking, I'm mixing it in, so it's not like.
Are you rubbing mosquito repellent on you?
No,
it's
I'm
cold.
getting cold. That's what it
yeah,
is.
no, that's why I was standing like
And
that.
I was like, normally
If
have
you
this
ever
part.
go upstairs and work in the clinic,
I'm
you better
okay.
get a sweater.
Okay, I'm gonna close
You know, I
my
almost got
eyes.
one today.
All right, you ready?
Pulling one name out.
Julie Young,
No,
Julie
I
E,
didn't know what my name
Julie E. You won the
The head net.
net.
Oh, good, that's what I really want.
Okay, the next one is Thermacell. This is fun. Charlie.
Charlie, you
Oh,
won the
yay.
Thermacell.
Lucky, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Yay,
Yes,
congratulations.
they're eating.
No, thank you.
Hopefully it works for you. I haven't tried it yet. I was thinking of trying to do a study on this one to see. And then a treated socks.
Am I supposed to carry it around?
Julie.
The other Julie, not me.
No, that's, I already have
No, she's
something.
already got
Somebody
some.
else's.
She didn't get to.
That's a
It's a
good
lucky
one.
winner today.
Phil Reynolds.
Bill, you get
Lucky
socks.
Take 'em. Thank you.
Oh, actually,
Oh.
do you want a large? I have a large. This is a medium.
Not large.
Okay.
Sure. yeah.
Can you go ask my
Sure.
student?
I want something.
Trade.
And the last one, these are the just
Yes.
regular OGs, but two of them.
And so you just put this box.
What? What, they fill out
Oh.
one?
Oh, it was even, it was you too. Your name.
Jane Reed.
Jane.
Fifty. So one of these is 7%.
Oh, yeah.
So it would be something called like a shorter Audi.
Okay.
Like that. You don't see we have that one. It's,
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Hey,
Yeah.
thank you, everybody.